Hi and welcome to another Stax video tutorial. So this time we're going to have a look at adding a pop-up message which is linked to a button. So when you click the button, the message pops up. So I've loaded up my demo application and we've got Buzz Lightyear back. And the first thing I'm going to need to do is add a button to the canvas. So I'm going to go to the controls panel on the left. And I'm going to drag in a button control. After the button controls appeared on the canvas, I'm then going to drag in my button image, which once it's gone up will appear on the screen, which says click me. So now we've got the button. The next thing I'm going to need to do is start building our pop-up message. So the first thing I do is drag in a group container. There we go, and in the group container I'm going to add a background image which is going to be a speech bubble. I'm just going to quickly resize the speech bubble and reposition it so it appears where I want on the screen. And after I've got the speech bubble where I want it, I'm then going to drag in a text control into the group and I'm going to type in the text I want to appear when the button is clicked. I'm just going to quickly type into infinity and beyond, there we go, and I'm just going to scale the text so it fits into the box nicely. To make life easier for me when I wire up the controls, I'm also going to type in a human readable name, so I'm going to call that PopUp, and I'm going to name the button Click. With the button still selected, I'm now going to change the type from standard to pop-up dialog. After selecting pop-up dialog, we now have a new option called on click. If we click on the drop down, we can choose what we want to pop up, and I'm going to select our group from earlier, which was called pop-up. It's important to mention at this point that the pop-up works by changing the visibility on the group. So in order for this to work correctly, you need to make sure that the pop-up group is invisible. In order to do that, just click on the eye icon next to the group layer. So now I've got to the point where I want to try this in the platform, so I'm going to go to the button layer and I'm going to click on the small grey box on the right hand side of the button layer so it turns green and says active. This will activate the button functionality inside the Stax platform so I can click on the button and test to make sure it's working the way I want to. And as we can see, it's toggling the pop-up on and off. The next thing I'm going to want to do is publish the application and try it in the browser. So I'm going to go to the publish menu at the top and say publish application, confirm all the dialogues, and then I'm going to head over to the browser and try it and see what it looks like for real. So I've loaded our Facebook application into the browser and now I'm going to check to make sure that the button is functioning fine. So Buzz Lightyear's appeared on the screen and we've got the click me button, and now as I click the button on and off, you can see that the dialogue appears and then disappears again. And that's all there is to adding a pop-up dialogue to a Stax application. I hope this has been useful.